January 24th, 2011. Would you stand, please, for a moment of silent reflection and salute to the flag? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May I have a roll call, please?
Mayor Enright?
Here.
Mr. Brennan?
Here.
Ms. Cynthia? Here. Mr. Diver?
Here.
Ms. King?
Here.
Mr. Mechanico?
Here.
Mr. Vorbeck?
Here.
This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meeting Law. Notice of this meeting was included in a list of meetings sent to the Co-Star and Asbury Park Press, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building and on the borough website. A proclamation. This proclamation is in appreciation of Jim Turner. Whereas Jim Turner has dedicated himself to volunteering his time, energy, and enthusiasm to the betterment of the borough of Spring Lake Heights, and has generously served as volunteer director of the Spring Lake Heights Recreation's basketball program for the past 8 years. As director, Jim ran the Heights basketball program, which provides a basketball clinic for first and second grade students and organized games for 3rd through 8th grade students in the Southern Monmouth County Winter Basketball League, consisting of children from Spring Lake Heights, Spring Lake, Seagirt, Avon, and Point Pleasant. And when Jim started as director of the program, he contacted and skillfully negotiated an agreement to hold games at the Shore Christian Center because Spring Lake Heights Elementary School's old gym could no longer accommodate the games. As director, Jim secured the use of game sites, conducted player registration, selected coaches, organized and held team draft, ordered and delivered team shirts, and even composed the schedule for the entire league. Jim also served on the Spring Lake Heights Little League board for 10 years, including 8 years as its treasurer, while serving as a coach and a manager. And through his volunteering and selfless sacrifice, Jim Turner has demonstrated his love of community and has fostered the improvement of our community's youth. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the Mayor of the Borough of Spring Lake Heights, County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, that Jim Turner be commended for his generous efforts and that appreciation be bestowed upon him for his magnanimous spirit of volunteerism. Jim? John, you have something to give him? Besides the picture? Ladies and staff, this way. Okay, congratulations, Jim, and thank you very much. Don't forget the hat. Jim, here's the little Heights little hat. Okay, may I have a motion, please, to approve the agenda?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Ms. Cynthia? Yes. Mr. Diver?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Mr. Mechanico?
Yes.
Mr. Vorbeck?
Yes.
Okay, may I have a motion, please, to approve the minutes of the executive session of January 3rd and the regular session of January 3rd, 2011?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Any discussion? May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Brennan?
Yes.
Ms. Cynthia? Yes. Mr. Diver?
Yes.
Ms. King?
No.
Pardon? Go ahead.
Mr. Mechanical?
Yes.
Mr. Vorbeck?
Yes.
Motion pass?
Yes.
Thank you. Discussion items. I put in everybody's packet a proposed, and this is simply proposed, ordinance about a recreation commission. Because the time of year is coming where we need to do sign-ups and everything else for recreation, and we really don't have anybody in charge of that. And so I put one in for you to look over. If you don't like it, or you want to change it, or you want to get back to me on it, or something, but we need to get started on coming up with a recreation commission in the near future. I don't know if you like the one that's there, if you have other ideas. I've been working with Councilman Vorbeck because he's in charge of legislation. But if you have any discussion on it tonight, or Tom?
Well, I guess just to preface, the whole point of it was to encourage and empower volunteerism, keep it self-sustaining financially, and we do have the power to purse over it. So,
Just
I think it has some merit as a good starting point.
according to this, does a group, do they report back to a council member, or how does that work? To the entire council, or? Pardon?
There's a liaison.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, there is a liaison, okay. For a designated borough council. Any discussion on it, or?
Mayor, I would like to table this so that we can
Oh, I
have
didn't,
more time.
I just have it under discussion. It's not, we're not voting or anything, it's just, I don't want it to.
I think that we have a lot of history with recreation situations in the past, and there's a couple of things in here that I personally don't like. For one, I don't want it to be a commission anymore. I think we should stick with it being a committee, which is something that we instituted last year. So I really do think that this should have a lot of input.
Oh, absolutely, it's only up for discussion
We can change the
tonight,
wording,
yeah. And it's not up to pass it or to, unless you really wanted it to. Rich?
As a former member of the commission and a head of the committee, there are definitely things here that I don't think, we could do something different. I think the committee way is the way to go. I don't think we need two separate, or, a commission specifically, I don't think we need. But a committee certainly makes sense to me.
Committee of whom?
Well, I think we need time to discuss that. There's a few things here that, and when we bring it back for discussion, that's when we should discuss it.
Right.
It just seems to me that a commission provides, there's a statutory scheme that provides for a commission that enables members of the community to serve on the commission. A committee would be composed of council members. And frankly, over the past year, we had a committee of council members, or two council members, and we haven't had the input from residents. I mean, the residents are the ones who know best what it is their recreational desires and needs are. And essentially what we've fallen back on is we now have a paid director of recreation, who's one person who is doing all the work without any input from the citizenry. I mean, when you say committee, my biggest concern is it going to involve members of the citizenry?
Yes.
See, I think some of it is the wording. We had a commission who
It was
were,
redundant.
they were in charge of the committee,
Yeah.
right? And it was
Totally
just too much.
It was.
And I think then the third component is a committee of the council members, and I don't think that's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
we're not talking about a committee
We're
of
not talking
council.
about a committee of
This
council.
would be a public committee, just like,
Yeah.
My understanding is that the statutory provision, and Tom, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that the statute requires that it be a commission.
Yeah, and
That's
the
what I read,
commission you're
too.
talking about is what I think what Rich means as a committee. It's the local people, yeah. I think you're both saying the same thing, but calling it something different.
it comes down to semantics, but I think there's a few
Okay.
other.
We'll bring it back next time, but if you
Having
have.
done it, I'm just telling you from my experience.
Oh, I know.
And I'm delighted to hear everybody's input, frankly.
So if you get back to Tom, this
Yeah,
is
please.
just a sample
Right.
to get started. The second thing on there was the Environmental Commission ordinance and